Big day for Superman fans today as we just got our first look at David Cornsweet in his Superman costume for the 2025 Superman movie. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm sure you've seen my explosive emotional reaction to when this suit first got dropped. And while I'm not going to say I was completely tweaking, I've had some time to sit on my thoughts, really look at the suit. And in this video, I'm pretty much going to just talk about the suit, what I think, the good parts of it, the bad parts of it, and yeah. So let's start off with the positives. David Cornsweet looks absolutely awesome as Superman. I'm really liking what they did with his hair in this picture. Hopefully it looks similar to this all movie. I'm loving the Superman curl. That is one of the most underrated aspects of Superman's look, so I'm glad that they're including that here. The next positive thing I want to look at is the lower half of this picture. I really like how the boots and the pants look on this suit. The colors for both the pants and the boots look pretty good. And hopefully the rest of the suit can match this color, because as you look at this picture, you can kind of tell that the suit is battle damaged, and that's why it looks more dirty. And I'm going to be honest, those are all the positives I got for this picture. If you completely ask me, this is not a good suit reveal, especially for Superman, and let me explain why. First of all, one of the major complaints about Snyder's version of Superman and Henry Cavill's version of Superman is that he wasn't very hopeful and he was very brooding and it felt very dark. And I kind of agree with that in some points and I don't in others. Snyder's Superman is definitely a very hopeful version of the character. He has tons of scenes where he's in a positive light and he's not always brooding. But I think since we're getting a fresh depiction of Superman, the first thing we should see is him being hopeful and him standing proud. Now again, this is our first look at David Cornsweet's Superman, and what do we see here? He's sitting here with a gloomy look on his face, looking sad or defeated almost. His suit is battle damaged, so he's already been through a tough fight, look like he has a tough time, and he's sitting here slowly putting on his boots while it looks like the city is getting attacked in the background. Like, I'll keep it a buck with you guys. This is not a good first impression for David Cornsweet's Superman. Now let's talk about the actual suit itself and the things on the suit that I don't like. First of all, one thing I've never really liked about this Superman is the logo. Now I will admit that on this suit, it doesn't look as bad as it does when it's just the blank logo, but I still would have preferred if we just kept the classic Superman logo. I think it would have looked much better. And before I say this next part, I will admit that the lighting of this picture is not exactly good, but I don't think I like the shade of blue that this costume is. It looks a little too muted for me. It could be brighter and more bold. But again, maybe it's just the lighting and maybe I'll change my mind on that later. Another thing about this suit that I can't get behind is the collar. Superman should not wear collars. They don't look good. They didn't look good in the New 52 suit. They didn't look good on all the Injustice costumes, and they don't look good here. Let's drop the collar, guys. And the last thing about this suit I want to mention is all the lines on the suit. What are we doing? If you ask me, Superman has one of the most clean and simplistic and basic designs in all of comic book history. I don't understand why we're adding all these weird grayish looking lines on his suit. I don't get it. They don't look good. And for a suit reveal, Superman should not be hunched over putting on his boots. We can't even see the majority of the suit, and we don't even know what the back of the suit looks like. Does he have the symbol on the back of his suit too on the cape, or no? We don't know. Guess we'll find out later. But hey, within all that bad, at least we got the trunks, right? He's wearing the trunks, guys. All in all, if you ask me, this is really just not a good first look for David Cornsweet's Superman. This is the first Superman solo movie in over a decade, and the only thing giving Superman about this entire picture is the incredibly ugly costume. There's no Daily Planet in the background. There's no Clark Kent ID tag anywhere, like nothing. It's just an ugly costume, and he's sitting on a random chair in a random room. And does that look like Metropolis to anyone else? That looks like it could just be any city to me. Like, I feel like there's nothing interesting going on in this picture besides the ugly costume and the purple and blue thing in the background. The only reason I feel like I'm being so harsh on this costume and this picture is because this first look has been hyped up for months. Anybody that's been watching for this movie and that's been excited for this movie knows what's at stake here for this next Superman movie, and we all had high expectations. And at least for me personally, my expectations are getting dwindled here. But there you go. That's my breakdown of David Cornsweet's Superman suit. Hopefully when we get more looks at this suit, it can look much better in different lightings, and maybe we'll get a look at how the actual color looks. I know for a fact that I'll probably feel a lot lighter about this suit when we get more looks at it and when we see it in action. But there it is. There's my breakdown for this Superman suit. What do you guys think?